Sports have entertained us for thousands of years. Based on where you live and where you are from, different sports may be more popular than others, but there has always been the debate to which sport is the most popular in the world, and in this video we will be looking at the top 10 most popular sports in the world. A variety of aspects have been looked at to compile this list, from viewership on TV to global fan base and audience. So let's jump right in, starting with rugby. Rugby has a total fan base of approximately 400 million people. It is said that rugby and American football originate from soccer. The split between the sports created 3 sports, all of which are widely watched. Like American football, rugby enjoys popularity in many different regions, such as Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. It was last recorded the International Rugby Board has 119 unions in its membership, 101 full members and 18 associate member countries. Rugby is played by men and women in over 100 countries. South Africa is currently the Rugby World Cup champions. Number 9. American football. American football has a total of about 410 million fans. Football fans' fan base to revenue ratio is insane. While American football is the most watched American sport, it doesn't even play on TV in many countries around the world. American football has become a sport primarily associated with a single country, that being the USA. Still, football has plenty of fans, viewers, and generates an incredible amount of revenue. The NFL governs professional play in the USA, of which there are 32 teams. An interesting fact is that only Canadians and Americans call the sport football. Coming in at number 8, baseball. Baseball has a total fan base of approximately 500 million people. With baseball being America's pastime, it makes the list despite its extremely consolidated popularity. In the past, baseball was the most watched sport in America, a title it has since given to American football. Baseball is also incredibly popular in Japan, where it is the most watched sport on TV. While baseball has low streaming numbers and live counts, it continues to be a popular outlet for live viewership, as baseball members continue to be a cultural phenomenon in America. The MLB manages the professional teams in the USA, and there are 162 games in a season. Coming in at number 7, might be slightly surprising, it is table tennis, and has a whopping fan base of 850 million people. Table tennis, or as some call it, ping pong, is one of the least watched yet most popular sports in the world. Viewership for ping pong is mostly limited to the Olympics, with a few hobbyists watching specialized TV events. The main draw of ping pong is that anyone can play. It doesn't require incredible athleticism, and it's a regular hobby sport at homes and arcades. Ping pong is incredibly popular in China, who holds the most gold medals in the Olympics, and it is the most popular indoor sport in the world. Number 6, volleyball, coming in with a total fan base of 900 million people. It is a unique sport that may not have the money or viewers of some of the other sports on the list, but volleyball is one of the most evenly spread sports in terms of popularity. Almost every country watches a moderate amount of volleyball. In fact, volleyball isn't the leading sport of any country, yet it makes the list at number 6, above football and baseball. Most of the popularity stems from its Olympic status, and it's one of the most watched Olympic sports during the Summer Games. The average volleyball player jumps over 300 times per game. Number 5 has some of the biggest tournaments in sport, and that is tennis, with a total fan base of 1 billion people. In tennis, there's a men's category, women's category, and a doubles category. An interesting fact, women's tennis has outranked men's tennis in the past in terms of TV viewership. Tennis is also regularly showed at the Olympics, making it a sport that's globally watched, recognized, and played. The biggest tennis event is Wimbledon, and there have been 128 Wimbledons played. Number 4, hockey, with a total of 2.2 billion fans. There are 2 versions of hockey, ice and field. Field hockey, or hockey played on a field of grass, is popular in India and Pakistan, while ice hockey, or hockey played on ice, is popular in the US and Canada. An interesting fact is that baseball and football enjoy a much smaller fan base, yet a much higher revenue stream. Part of this is due to the split between the hockey versions. While hockey enjoys a modest social media presence, it does have a semi-large online streaming base that regularly tunes in. Number 3 sits courtside with basketball and a total fan base of 2.4 billion people. The rise of basketball is a modern story. Unlike soccer and cricket, basketball isn't an ancient sport or a 300-year-old tradition. It was started in the late 19th century, and yet it has quickly become a global, influential sport. The fan base of basketball is relatively concentrated, with the majority of fans belonging to the USA, Canada, Japan, and China. But it's rapidly spreading across the world, picking up new fans at an incredible pace. In fact, basketball is on track to becoming the most popular sport in the USA, with faster viewership gains than football or baseball. An interesting fact is that for the first 9 years of basketball, slam dunks were actually considered illegal play. Number 2 is cricket, with an insane 2.5 billion people. While cricket doesn't even make the top 10 list in America, its global influence is undeniable. The Cricket World Cup regularly draws in over 200 million viewers, and cricket dominates the charts in many countries, like India, Pakistan, and Australia, and other former British colonies. Cricket has evolved and new leagues and tournaments are held, such as the T20, which was created in 2003. An interesting fact, the longest cricket match was between South Africa and England in 1939 and lasted 9 days with over 680 overs bowled. Now, for the one that you've been waiting for, number 1, and I'm sure you could have guessed by now, soccer, or as some call it football, has a total fan base of 3.5 billion people, which is nearly half of the planet. So that makes soccer the overall ruler. Over half of the entire world population tunes into the World Cup each year, and over 250 million people admit to actively playing soccer. This makes it the most watched, most played sport on the planet. Without touching on the absurd numbers of TV viewers and sponsorship deals, it is important to remember that soccer crosses boundaries. It's the most popular sport in Europe, Asia, Africa, and South America. There's only one continent where soccer doesn't reign supreme, and that is North America. Well, that's it for the top 10 most popular sports in the world, and we hope you enjoyed the video. Please hit that like and subscribe button to see more. Let us know in the comments below where you are from and your country's favorite sport.